And pictures of the scenes at full time. It was a goalless match, sadly, with both sides having their chances, but it's finished as Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0. The two sides both in the bottom three, of course. Kilmarnock likely to be happier with the point than Dundee United at a very wet Tannadice this afternoon. We'll have all the highlights, of course, on Sports Scene Match of the Day a bit later on tonight.
Kilmarnock beginning to settle now. There's McIntyre. Great effort!
Well, that was the closest of the very competitive first half here at Tannadice. United had much more of the play early on in the game. They had much more pressure. They brought up some very good defensive work from Kilmarnock and some excellent goalkeeping from Lekovic. In the second half, it was Lekovic who kept Kilmarnock in the game. He had one incredible double save from Dave Bowman, then from Jamie McQuilkin to keep Kilmarnock in the game. And then the best save of the lot was a Dave Bowman shot, deflected off Kevin McGowne and brilliantly turned past the post by Lekovic again. The 0-0 scoreline does little justice to this game. It was much better than that. There was some great attacking play, some very stout, determined defending on both sides, and Kilmarnock bravely hanging in to earn a very valuable point indeed. For United, they must be happy with some of the build-up play. Jim McIntyre made a good return to Tannadice, but in the end they couldn't find a way past this defence and that man Lekovic.
Raith Rovers, despite taking a point this afternoon, still bottom of the table, one behind Kilmarnock and Dundee United, who drew at Tannadice.
A fortnight ago, but Kilmarnock, on the other hand, still concerned about a lapse in form, which has meant no victory since the opening day of the season when they beat Hibernian and Easter Road. Since then, 6 defeats and a draw. So Lekovic may have an important role to play in goal again for Kilmarnock this afternoon. This is Wright. And now Findlay breaking from a deep position in midfield. Well, Dundee United have been used to being in very tight matches throughout this season. They played 9 games. Every one has been either drawn or won by one side by the odd goal. So no clear victories or clear defeats, all by single goals. Which suggests another very close contest here. Shannon again has found space on the left-hand side. McSwiggan waits in the centre with Coyle. That's McSwiggan and Coyle. Frustration on the face of Owen Coyle. But there's a problem here for Kilmarnock as Shannon again finds space on the left-hand side. Time here for Perry. He's slipping away perhaps to Mitchell. Had to make that diving, crunching tackle. Error by McIntyre. Here's Paul Wright. A shooting chance perhaps. Such a clean strike of the ball from long range, Wright. Certainly found space here. Some errors made by Dundee United creating the opportunity here. And this wasn't so far away, swerving away from the post. Treated with great respect by Ali Maxwell. Here's McSwiggan, and he's pulled over there by Montgomery. It's a free kick to Dundee United. McLaren challenging Kerr in the air. Coyle helps it on. That's Hannah! Excellent save. Good football from Dundee United. They won 2 good headers there to get that chance for Hannah. Good control, good first touch. Hook shot in the turn. Lekovic did well. Bowman back very carefully. You where Paul Wright was. Mitchell forced to go cross field initially. That's a good pass to Holt. Kilmarnock beginning to settle now. There's McIntyre. Great effort. What a fine effort that was by Jim McIntyre. The first real glimpse of goal he's had in the match. And he certainly worried Ali Maxwell here. It's good play from Kilmarnock once again. Plenty of movement ahead. And the understanding between Holt and McIntyre paying off. That was really close. Hefty collision there. David Hannah took the head knock. Game continues. Hannah gets treatment off the field as Wright brings it forward for Mitchell. Well won by Presley. Coyle to McIntyre. Coyle again. McGowne helping it on. The two United players off the field now, Rab Shannon and David Hanna. Smelling salts being administered there. Both want back on. Been authorised by the referee. There's a good effort there by Findlay. Maxwell made sure he had his body behind that. Space here again for Findlay coming from midfield. Good goalkeeping. David Hanna has a problem with his eyes, I think. And Hanna again makes for the touchline. He has a serious problem, obviously. He's seeing out of one eye only, I think, and I really wonder how much longer he can continue in these circumstances. Well, no longer is the answer. Can't see clearly on that right eye, so the replacement is Jamie McQuilkin. And immediately Rab Shannon crosses to the right-hand side. McQuilkin will take over on the left, and Dave Bowman goes into the Hanna role in central midfield. This is McIntyre. Bowman and McIntyre in the heart of midfield now for Dundee United. Such valuable servants over many years. Both came from Coventry City in 1986. There's Presley. Now Coyle. Has to change direction here. The build-up starts again. McIntyre and Bowman. Patient, probing play by United. Now McSwegan. It reaches McLaren on the far side. Coyle with a header. No real power in that though. But encouraging play from Dundee United. Very patient indeed in the build-up, and that cross from McLaren did give Coyle a chance. MacPherson looking there for McIntyre on the far side. A little bit of a clash with Shannon. Retained there by Holt. He's won a corner. A signal for McGowne to come forward. Shannon's versatility, a great value again to Dundee United. United supporters, though, a little bit concerned, I suspect, about the fact that the breakthrough has not yet been made, and they're having to do some defending now. Keep off the head of Malpass. Returned by Mitchell. Chance for Henry. Blocked there by McIntyre. Determined attacking play here from Kilmarnock. Their supporters are encouraged. Wright's cross, not what he intended. Malpass with the easy clearance. Presley tried to find McIntyre with that pass, missed him out. Good ball, Wright to Henry. That's well read by Malpass, good defending. Anticipated Henry's intentions there. Findlay's corner, it's a good header. Over there, Paul Wright shot. There was help on the line there for Ali Maxwell, who's taken a knock in the process of diving at the feet of Paul Wright. But this was so close to the opening goal. The header initially from McIntyre caused problems, and Paul Wright catching Ali Maxwell there. Well, the keeper requiring attention. Solitary, concerned figure there, Tommy McLean, in discussion with Gordon Wallace, coach. So Maxwell's all right. The last thing he wants to do is face a corner immediately, I suspect, but he has no option. Fired in on top of him quite correctly from the Kilmarnock point of view, and a very good catch by Maxwell. Well, you could be sure that Billy Findlay was going to test the keeper immediately there, and that's what he did. Equal to the task. Here's Gus MacPherson. Now Mitchell. Closed down rapidly by McQuilkin. It's good nimble footwork by Mitchell. Findlay. Right to Findlay again. Presley's header. There's Paul Wright. Well, precisely the player United would not want to see with a shooting chance at the edge of the area. Perry. Given straight to Mitchell. Chance for the first time cross. Malpass in good position defensively for United. And the half-time whistle goes. Both sets of fans, I think, concerned about the way the game is run. United about the fact that the good start was not maintained. Kilmarnock perhaps more encouraged by the fact that their side appear to come back into contention. Jim McIntyre going very close to beating Ali Maxwell at one point. Paul Wright also a threat constantly up front. But at half-time, it's Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0. The Kilmarnock players certainly had a good reception from their supporters when they reappeared for the second half, reflecting the commitment and determination shown in the later stages of that first half. And I think there is some feeling of optimism among these Kilmarnock supporters. Tense times these for the Kilmarnock manager. Swingen won't get there ahead of Lekovic. He's always willing to leave his goal line. This is McGowne. Headed on there by Bowman. There's Coyle. Good play by Owen Coyle. An excellent recovery tackle by Dylan Kerr. Well, asking questions about pass backs, I think. But there was no intention for a pass back there, I'm certain. Kerr was making a straightforward recovery tackle here. We'll see this as Coyle goes inside there. That certainly could never be deemed to be a pass back. Certainly that was the referee's view. Perry faced by Holt, supported by McLaren. An awkward outswinger there. The ball is free and it's won by MacPherson. Sharp alert defending there by Gus MacPherson, because Lekovic was certainly in trouble from that outswinging cross. You could see him go for that. There was no infringement as the challenge was made in the goalkeeper. It broke there and the race was won by MacPherson. It's well taken down by Bowman. Perry to McLaren. Nowhere to go there, running straight into Kerr. Here's Presley. Shannon showing himself on the left-hand side. McQuilkin's ahead of him. Well, that's good running again by McQuilkin. A fine ball in. Oh, it's excellent play on the left-hand side again by Jamie McQuilkin. Thumbs up there from Gary McSweeney. Fine piece of play this by McQuilkin on the flank. Dangerous cross. McQuilkin will take an in-swinger this time from the right for United. Well, he's changed that with a short one to McLaren. Lekovic again punching this time. McIntyre to McQuilkin. Did well to get away from MacPherson's determined tackle. Very awkward indeed. It needed a touch there from Presley. Well, McQuilkin has certainly made an impact on this second half early on. Rode that tackle from MacPherson very well indeed, and then whipped this across to the far post. Perry playing it long, looking for movement to the flank. McGowne left with no option there but to play it safe. Perry to Bowman. Good passing from United. McIntyre. Coyle. Setting it up for Bowman on the left foot. There's McQuilkin. And again, Lekovic beats it out. Suddenly Kilmarnock are under siege. The noise coming from the United supporters who appreciate this blistering start in the second half. Coyle set it up well, but Bowman with his left foot controlled the shot. It was well saved by Lekovic. Not once, but twice. Andy McLaren shown inside by Kerr. Person's clearing header. Pressure mounting on this Kilmarnock defence. United desperate to get a second home victory in the league in succession. That's Bowman with his shot. It's deflected! What a great save that was by Lekovic. He seemed to get a touch on that. Dave Bowman looks on in disbelief. Hit this with great power, deflected initially off McGowne, and then the keeper made the save. Great goalkeeping. McLaren's corner. Away by McIntyre, doing a good marking job inside the area on Presley's run. McLaren again. McQuilkin. Shot with a pass for Bowman. Well, there's no offside flag because there's no point in that. There were players in offside positions all trying to get back. They weren't involved in the play. So, it's with Lekovic. Martin Clark having a good match. Presley wins it from Wright. Good change of pace by the big defender, and that's a good ball. McQuilkin racing to the byline. There's McSwiggan. Well, that was a real chance for Gary McSwiggan. It was hung up well by Jamie McQuilkin's cross. What a good ball that was by Presley. And McQuilkin getting there well ahead of Ali Mitchell. This a big powerful striker to bullet that into the net. Activity there on the bench. Alec Todd talking to Colin McKee there, who's going to come on. An attacking option for Kilmarnock. McLaren, across it comes to Shannon. Now McQuilkin. Another good cross. It reaches McLaren. Lekovic stretching for that. Good handling again. Well, it was a chance without question here for McLaren to set up one of his strikers in the middle, and Lekovic was there. The ball was too close to him. And now a change will be made by Kilmarnock. This is a change designed to win the match. No question about that. Absolutely in character of Alec Totten. Gary Holt, perhaps better defensively than Colin McKee, goes off, and the pace of McKee is introduced to the Kilmarnock attacking options. Former Manchester United player. Yes, McKee is very quick indeed. Now Henry. Wright with the shot. Excellent positioning there by Maxwell. You see him just on the 6-yard line to cut the angle down. That made it very difficult for Paul Wright. McKee's pass was a good one. Henry then did well to find Paul Wright to get away from Maurice Malpass. Shannon there to McQuilkin. Get the break of the ball this time. Can it break which can win a match? McQuilkin still going across field. He has McLaren on the touchline here. Perry's overlap provides the decoy. Well, nothing wrong with the intention, just the execution. And it's McLaren's last contribution to the proceedings for Dundee United. He's withdrawn. Sandy Robertson, ex-Rangers and Coventry City, comes on. A different kind of player to McLaren. Midfield, creative passer of the ball.
Substitution for Dundee United, number 7, being replaced by number 15.
McGowne down to Kerr. Right, caught there by McIntyre. The advantage will apply intelligently again by the referee. Henry finds McIntyre. That's for McKee. And a collision there with Malpass. No penalty kick. McKee was looking for that, I think, but Malpass has too much experience to be caught out in this situation. Good ball by McIntyre, but you could see McKee was waiting for a challenge, waiting to go down. The slightest contact, but Malpass certainly too leery at his stage of his career to dive into a rash tackle. Problem here for the Kilmarnock dugout. Martin Clark, the referee. Going over there to have words with Alec Totten, who clearly thinks that should have been a penalty kick. McSwigan with Montgomery. Montgomery forced to play the ball in the end. Couldn't let it go. It's a corner kick to United. Can they make it count? They try to do so with an in-swinging corner from McQuilkin, unless he goes for a short one again. All the way through, they're queuing up for that. What a chance there for United. Perry and McSwigan and Winters all let that ball go past them. A let-off for Kilmarnock. You see the ball go through such a ruck of players here, no one able to get on the end of it. Referee Martin Clark has checked with John Fleming down below as the assistant referee that the 45 minutes are over. There's been no stoppage time, so the 90 minutes are over. The game ends goalless, but that doesn't do any justice to the kind of play we've seen this afternoon, because the quality of the defending really has been outstanding on the part of both sides, and the goalkeeping also of very high order. So let's not be too critical of the forwards. They've had a very tough task this afternoon. There's been some good, inventive, competitive play from both sides, and in the end, honours just about even, although United certainly had more territorial pressure throughout the game. But Kilmarnock go away with a hard-earned point, and for United, they still have to look forward to a run of victories under the new regime. Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0.
Well, obviously, I feel bitterly disappointed at that game. It was 3 points that I felt that we needed today. We started brightly, but when you analyse the game and the amount of times that were in the opposition's half, the final delivery, quality of the cross and strike at goal wasn't good enough. And really, as I say, a lot of frustration. But I felt everything just petered out in and around the box today. Linking up wasn't good enough. Crossing wasn't good enough. Shots at goal wasn't good enough.
So are the team a bit rollicking after the game?
Well, I think we're bitterly disappointed. You know, you want to try and keep things in perspective. You know, the supporters are getting frustrated. You know, and we can't allow things to just constantly go on and on and on. Because really, you know, I'm looking to score goals at home, especially with the amount of the ball that we had. But in all honesty, we didn't deserve anything.
Well, we had a good frank talk yesterday, Rugby Park, you know, and I felt that the players responded very, very well. They gave every ounce of effort. It was a real team effort, and to come to Tannadice and get a point, I thought was well done, because they had a great home result against Aberdeen, and they were playing full of confidence. But I thought the Kilmarnock lads worked very, very hard and fully deserved the point.
Does it strike you as frightening, the fact that you've got teams like Dundee United and Kilmarnock, both of whom played well today, at the foot of the league?
Yeah, well, it's a tough league, Jock. Obviously only 10 teams, you know, you just got to take each game as it comes along, and we've had a hard shift really, because that's our 8th game. 5 have been away from home, only 3 at home, and 2 of the 3 have been against Rangers and Celtic. So you can say the computer's not been very kind to us at the start of the season, and hopefully we can do something at home now.
Nevertheless, though, in circumstances where managers are falling by the wayside rapidly at the start of this season, how do you react to an element of the crowd suggesting that you should go?
The fans have been fantastic to me since I arrived at Rugby Park. Absolutely brilliant. They've encouraged me, and they give us all the backing. But we've had poor results, so I mean, I'd rather shout at me than the players. But if we go back to last season, we lost the first 5 games. We finished the highest ever in the Premier League in 7th place. So they've a right to be annoyed and disappointed, because I'm a fan as well as a manager. And I say, they've been very good to me, and hopefully we can take it from there and get results and get us up the league, because I say it's a smashing club, Kilmarnock, you know, a superb club, good backing, and I say the players work extremely hard, as they proved today. So hopefully we can go from strength to strength, Joe.
Only the second goalless draw in the Premier so far this season, but Dundee United and Kilmarnock remain locked together, 2nd and 3rd bottom, still 1 point clear of Raith Rovers, who drew with Hearts today. Now, Billy, let's pick up first on Alex Totten's point about being a manager under pressure. Is that fair? Is it reasonable of Kilmarnock fans?
Well, I don't think so. I think one of the problems nowadays is fans' expectation of clubs is far too high. Alec made a very valid point there that they achieved 7th place last season. That's the best they've ever done in the Premier League. You know, he's 8 games into a new season, and already people are criticising him. I think he works hard. His team looked as though they were fighting for him and playing very hard for him today, and that indicates that they've got confidence in the manager. And you know, I think it's far too early in the season for people to be thinking about getting rid of managers.
Yeah. And yet Kilmarnock and Dundee United, for that matter, will certainly have higher expectations in a fight against relegation. What did you see today that would give you any hope for either or both of them?
Well, there were some good efforts at goals. There was some good play. When you consider that it's 2 teams locked down at the bottom of the league, I felt that the play was very open and quite nice and tidy at times. There was a lot of foraging, obviously, good defending, but there was a lot of shots struck at goals. Both goalkeepers looked very, very competent indeed. So, you know, overall it was a reasonable game for a 0-0 draw.
Absolutely. Now, the penalty claim, which I think Alex Totten got very upset about at the time, and looking at it again, maybe with justification.
Yeah, it was a magnificent move. Look at the first time ball, and the pace of the ball's good. And I honestly think that McKee's pace takes Maurice Malpass by surprise.
This is the old head, though, isn't it? This is I know I've made a mistake.
Oh, I never
here.
know. So he's putting the emphasis on the dive.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a dive. If you look at the run's terrific. He's got good pace. He just beats Maurice Malpass to the ball. Down he goes. I'd have been looking for a penalty kick, quite frankly.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Alec Totten took it so easily.
I don't know if he did. As I think Alec Totten said himself, Tommy McLean said he certainly wasn't happy with his strikers, but as you said, both goalkeepers had good games today. Lekovic in particular really saved Kilmarnock a couple of times.
He did indeed, you know, and you know, sometimes his shots are just that bit further away from the goalkeeper. You know, this is look at the one thing that Tommy's team has achieved. They've got a lot of players inside that box. So a good strike, just that little bit near the goalkeeper who handles it well. But this is a tremendous save. Down he goes. But look at him, he's up, he's looking, he's blocking off that near post. Another good strike from McQuilkin, and another good save. Good goalkeeping. Now this one's a bit exceptional in actual fact, because he's really blocked behind his own players, and a wicked deflection, but he gets across and does really well.
Yeah.
Super.
So Lekovic played well today. So
Yeah.
too did Ali Maxwell. And in fact, it's interesting because this time last year, Tommy McLean sat where you're sitting and he said, I worry about Ali Maxwell under the high ball. And we watched him today with that in mind, now that Tommy McLean's his manager. And he looked pretty sure to me.
Well, this is an important time in the game, near the end of the first half, and whatever Tommy's done with him in training, it certainly worked, because he takes us very confidently indeed.
And he'd just been injured a couple of minutes before as well, hadn't he?
He had been under real pressure just before that, yeah.
Yeah. So in short, would you see Dundee United and Kilmarnock moving away from the positions they're currently in?
I think it's difficult for both clubs, for any club at the minute. They're down near the bottom, they're worried about falling one step further, but I honestly think that both clubs have got the players and the capabilities of getting away from that.
Good. OK, Billy. Let's just take a look around now and see what happened elsewhere in the Scottish Leagues today. Well, Rangers lost their unbeaten record and indeed failed to set a new Premier best of 12 consecutive wins when they went down 2-1 to managerless Hibs at Easter Road. Jim Leighton was outstanding and saved a retaken Brian Laudrup penalty to guarantee Hibs the points. Celtic narrowed the gap at the top to just 2 points after Pierre van Hooijdonk, who else, scored in the final minute against Motherwell. Earlier, Gordon Marshall had become the 9th Celt to be sent off this season.
This was a case of Dundee United being unable to find a way past Kilmarnock goalkeeper Dragorji Lekovic. David Hanna, the first striker to discover that the Yugoslav stopper was in top form. Every point's going to be precious for these two sides this season, and Killie created a few chances of their own. Jim McIntyre just wide here with the shot after a good build-up. That was the closest we got to a goal in the first half, and after the break it was United who did most of the pressing. A great double save coming up here from Lekovic, first from Bowman, then from Jamie McQuilkin. No way past this man yesterday. Next to try his luck for United was Gary McSwiggan. The Tangerines building up the move out of defence through the midfield. McSwiggan makes the run, he turns his man inside the box, and that wasn't a bad effort. Well, United needed a bit of luck to get past Lekovic yesterday, but even when Dave Bowman's shot was deflected, the Killie keeper still managed to get a hand to the ball. No luck at all for Dave Bowman. Ali Maxwell was called into action as well as Kilmarnock tried to steal a goal late on. A snapshot here from Paul Wright. Good save. Killie had a late penalty claim turned down when Malpass challenged Colin McKee in the box. The referee waved play on, but Colin McKee might just have had a case.
United and Kilmarnock were desperate for the points when they met at Tannadice. Davy Provan describes the action.
Under fire, Kilmarnock boss Alec Totten had asked his players to stand up and be counted for the trip to Tannadice. And it was the Ayrshire side who made the better start. Jim McIntyre's effort just wide. Goalless at half-time, United took control of the second period, and Dragaye Lekovic was soon under pressure, denying Dave Bowman and then Jimmy McQuilkin. But he bettered that with a great reflex save from a deflected Bowman effort. And his contribution was enough to earn his side an away point. It ended Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0.
Alec, what's your reaction to the Kilmarnock performance today?
Well, the good frank talk yesterday, Rugby Park, you know, and I felt that the players responded very, very well. They gave every ounce of effort. It was a real team effort, and to come to Tannadice and get a point, I thought was well done, because they had a great home result against Aberdeen, and they were playing with full of confidence. But I thought the Kilmarnock lads worked very, very hard and fully deserved the point.
Does it strike you as frightening, the fact that you've got teams like Dundee United and Kilmarnock, both of whom played well today, at the foot of the league?
Yeah, well, it's a tough league, Joe. Obviously only 10 teams, you know, you just got to take each game as it comes along, and we've had a hard shift really, because that's our 8th game. 5 have been away from home, only 3 at home, and 2 of the 3 have been against Rangers and Celtic. So you can say the computer's not been very kind to us at the start of the season, and hopefully we can do something at home now.
Nevertheless, though, in circumstances where managers are falling by the wayside rapidly at the start of this season, how do you react to an element of the crowd suggesting that you should go?
The fans have been fantastic to me since I arrived at Rugby Park. Absolutely brilliant. They've encouraged me, and they give us all the backing. But we've had poor results, so I mean, I'd rather shout at me than the players. But if we go back to last season, we lost the first 5 games. We finished the highest ever in the Premier League in 7th place. So they've a right to be annoyed and disappointed, because I'm a fan as well as a manager. And I say, they've been very good to me, and hopefully we can take it from there and get results and get us up the league, because I say it's a smashing club, Kilmarnock, you know, a superb club, good backing, and I say the players work extremely hard, as they proved today. So hopefully we can go from strength to strength, Joe.
We wish you well, Alec. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Joe.